Where LeBron trying to avoid his second 0-3 start in just his fourth season in LA. Well, the Grizzlies were looking to open their season 3-0 for just the fifth time in franchise history.
Coach will tell you, take two, step back for a couple seconds, then come back to it. It's more of your routine because nowadays, I mean, with the three-point shot, it's normal. But, yeah, he couldn't get that third one in.
We were laughing but before we came on the air. The guy who misses the three is the guy who had 40 points,
right?
And 10 assists. It was 9 of 10 going into that free throw from the free throw line until that miss. He was 5 of 7. Ja Morant is a special talent. You know, I know he's going to be thinking about that one for a long time, Brez, but what a game that young man had.
Yeah, you know, you said it earlier. You said it was just a fun game all around. You know, Staples Center, maybe part relief, part excitement. You know, they finally got a win for the crowd tonight. And, yeah, Ja Morant, I mean, this kid is on the path to stardom. You know, I brought the question before the show. He was drafted second behind Zion a couple years ago. Maybe if you do that draft today, he goes first. Zion just can't stay on the court. When he is on the court, he's pretty dominant. Definitely got some work defensively to do, but Ja Morant seems like the complete package. This team probably will be in the playoffs. I know they made it last year as a play-in candidate, but this feels like a top 8 team after watching them top to bottom today.
You know what this feels like to me, though? The way Ja Morant is playing. I know my son is saying this, but he might be an MVP. Oof. Because if you look at the way Derrick Rose played in Chicago and got Rookie of the Year, this is exactly what Ja is doing. And I've always said, okay, Ja's a talent, but when you see him play all the time,
I just don't know if the team's good enough yet, but he is.
Yes.
He's turning into an all-star before our very eyes. He is one. Yeah. I don't know if he makes it because it's hard to make it in the Western Conference as a guard, but he is an all-star in my opinion. Yeah, he's there. James has already arrived.
Yeah.
There's no question about it. I mean, he's putting up big numbers, and he goes into opponents' arenas, and he has attitude. This guy has an attitude to go along with his talent, and he's not going to be denied. He'll go in amongst the giants. He's very acrobatic, tough. So he's got a strong possibility to be an all-star. We'll see.
All those characteristics, Brez. You add that athleticism, the toughness, but he's also got a style to his game that make people love him and want to watch him play.
His story arc kind of reminds me of Damian Lillard. You know, small college, Murray State. Not a lot of people got to see him on a national perspective, but scouts knew right away this kid's going to be something special. He was fun to watch in the NCAA tournament, and now here he is, Memphis, in a massive rebuild the last few years. You know, gone is Mike Conley, Marc Gasol, all the good defensive-minded guys they had in there during the grindhouse era. Completely different look for this team. It's a fun look, too. This team can score. They got shooters, not a ton of depth. So that's the one thing they're lacking.
Magic had a tweet in our last show that kind of got a nice conversation going about the Dwight and AD thing that happened during the second quarter. We has a tweet as well tonight talking about Carmelo Anthony leading the way for the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's exactly what happened. Magic's tweet, Carmelo Anthony leading the way for the Los Angeles Lakers. I do want to get your guys' take on Russ and where you stand on his night. At 13 points. 5 of 15, 1 for 4 from 3, so he did hit his first 3. 13 assists, 7 rebounds, but he also had the 9 turnovers. But he has these hustle plays, and he's out there. He's giving you everything he has. Rob, James, and Brez. But the stint he had in the second quarter, where he goes 9 straight points and 5 assists, that's the Russ where you can really see the way he can impact his team.
Yeah, that's, like James said, he's trending up. So think about when you watch him play. He plays with tenacity like no other. He's still playing hard. And sometimes he plays faster than his other guys, and that's why he has a couple of turnovers. I think in this game, like 3 or 4 turnovers, I wouldn't give him because he had the one tip ball that goes through LeBron's hand. He got the rebound, then he lost. He got fouled down the stretch. So when I look at those 9 turnovers, I'm only going to give him 6 in my mind. But the guy plays so hard, and he looks for everybody on the break. And you can see in that first half, people were keeping up with him. And that was keeping their hands ready, especially DJ. DJ was a recipient of a lot of his assists, and of course, those points in the paint were big in the first half. And in the second half, you didn't see that much. That's why Memphis was able to catch up with the Lakers and pass them the points in the paint.
Yeah, you're starting to see what he brings to the table, right? That first game, only his third triple single in his NBA career when he played more than 35 points. Second game, better. I think tonight was a very good game for him. Like you said, Rob, some of the turnovers, not really his fault. Still trying to get used to his teammates. And more importantly, they have to get used to his speed, James. This guy, I'll take him in a 40-yard dash against any other guy who's drafted just a couple months ago, a teenage kid or just out of college or whatever. Still one of the fastest guys. His teammates definitely have to try to figure him out as well.
We do have a John Morant tweet that I believe we are going to show. John Morant, what a game. Failure builds character.
You tweet that quickly after the
I'm
game?
about to say the same
By the way,
thing.
that's actually late.
Oh,
yeah, guys are. No, guys are tweeting. That's the first thing they do now. You do that, right?
No, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
yeah, go check. First thing they do before they get the shot.
Well, I think he's wrong there because he didn't fail.
He didn't fail at all.
He wasn't failing. I mean,